The night the alienprincess came to my room and changed my life forever. The storm outside wasn't supposed to reach the Mars colony that night. At least, that's what the weather AI had told us. But as the base walls shuddered and lightning danced across the blood-red sky, I realized that the AI, like the rest of US, didn't always get everything right. I was Lieutenant Kael Roran, stationed at Outpost Epsilon 9, a forgotten human research base buried deep beneath the polar sands of Mars. My assignment was routine: monitor the oxygen scrubbers, maintain the data relays, and keep the boredom from killing me. It had been 216 days since I last saw another human face in person. That night, the storm was loud enough to drown out the constant hum of the reactors. I was lying on my bunk, half asleep, listening to the wind slam against the dome, when the alarms went off. Intrusion detected. Airlock beta. I jolted upright. No one was supposed to be outside, not during a storm like that. My pulse spiked as I grabbed my helmet and ran toward the airlock. The lights flickered crimson. A distorted voice crackled over the comms. Garbled, faint, and definitely not human. Then the inner door hissed open. At first, I thought it was a mirage, a hallucination brought on by isolation. But the figure standing there was real. She was tall, cloaked in a reflective suit unlike any I'd seen before. The fabric shimmered like liquid glass, shifting between colors as though it couldn't decide what to be. And through the cracked visor of her helmet, I caught a glimpse of her face. It wasn't human, but it was beautiful in a way that defied understanding. Smooth silver skin, luminous eyes that flickered faint blue, like starlight trapped in water, and a faint, glowing crest that ran from her forehead to the nape of her neck. Froze. She swayed, then collapsed. I carried her to the medbay, my heart hammering as her suit's temperature readings spiked erratically. She was freezing from Mars' brutal wind, but she was still alive. I placed her under a thermal field and carefully removed her helmet. Her breathing stabilized. A faint pulse fluttered beneath her neck crest, glowing softly in rhythm. She opened her eyes slowly, and for the first time in my life, an alien looked at me not with hostility or fear, but with recognition. "Human," she whispered, her voice melodic yet broken. "You're Kael Roran." My blood turned to ice. "How do you know my name?" She smiled faintly. "Because I've seen your dreams." For the next few minutes, I thought I'd lost my mind. She introduced herself as Serenya, daughter of the Alindri Empire, a civilization that once spanned multiple star systems before collapsing after a cosmic war that predated humanity's first step into space. Her ship, she explained, had been shot down while entering Mars orbit. She was searching for something her people had left behind, a relic hidden beneath the red sands before they abandoned the system thousands of years ago. "You were not supposed to see me," she said softly. "But fate, it likes to twist rules." I stared at her, unsure whether to believe any of it. "You said you've seen my dreams. What does that mean?" She hesitated, her luminous gaze flickering toward the storm outside. "The Alindri were attuned. We don't just travel space, we travel through minds. Your planet emits thoughts that echo across time. I followed one, yours." Sounded insane. And yet, somehow I believed her. Maybe it was the way she looked at me, not as a stranger, but as if she'd known me all her life. Over the next 2 days, Serenya remained at the base while the storm raged outside. She wandered the corridors, touching the walls with fascination. "Your species builds machines to survive. We once built machines to feel." She told me stories, of cities suspended in the clouds of gas giants, of oceans that sang to the stars, of wars fought not for territory but for memories. And at night, she would stand by the viewport, gazing at the Martian horizon, her silver hair glowing under the dim lights. I often found myself staring at her, not just in awe of her beauty, but in quiet disbelief that something so alive could exist out there. Then came the night that changed everything. It was nearly 3 a.m. when I heard the gentle knock on my door. I opened it to find Serenya standing there, her crest dimly lit. She looked uneasy, almost human in her nervousness. "Kael," she said softly. "I cannot sleep." I gestured for her to come in. "You're still recovering. Maybe your body's not used to our gravity yet." She smiled faintly. "It's not gravity, Kael. It's you." And blinked. "Me." She stepped closer, her eyes shimmering. "Your thoughts, they're loud. I feel your worry, your longing, your loneliness. It calls to me." For a long moment, neither of us spoke. The hum of the life support systems filled the silence between us. Finally she asked, "Do humans fear what they don't understand?" "All the time," I admitted. "But sometimes we also fall in love with it." Her eyes widened slightly, then softened. Without another word, she reached up and touched my temple with her fingertips. A rush of warmth flooded my mind. Memories, sensations, emotions all blending into one. I saw flashes of her world, her childhood beneath twin suns, her coronation as princess, her exile. And then I saw myself, through her eyes. "You've been dreaming about me," I whispered. She nodded. "Long before I arrived. Your dreams were the beacon that guided me here." Then she leaned closer. And in that fragile moment, two beings from opposite corners of existence stood on the edge of something neither species could name. But before I could speak again, the base alarm screamed. "Unauthorized energy reading. Subsurface level." Serenya's expression changed instantly. "They've found it." "Found what?" "The relic," she said. "It's awakening." We raced to the elevator shaft that led beneath the colony. The sensors showed seismic activity, something massive stirring far below. The air vibrated with energy that felt alive. When we reached the lower tunnels, the walls glowed with pulsating blue veins, alien technology woven into the very rock. Serenya approached a circular chamber, placing her hand on an ancient console that responded instantly to her touch. "This," she said, "is the heart of Elindra. My ancestors sealed it here when they fled. It's a consciousness, a weapon perhaps, but it can't distinguish creation from destruction anymore." She looked at me, tears forming in her crystalline eyes. "It senses your species now. It will think you are invaders. And it will cleanse this planet." The ground trembled. Energy surged through the walls. I grabbed her shoulders. "Then stop it." "I can't," she whispered. "Not alone." We stood together before the glowing heart, a sphere of swirling energy that seemed to pulse with emotion. Serenya's crest glowed brighter as she extended both hands toward it. "It responds to thought," she said. "If we synchronize, maybe we can calm it." "How?" "Let me in again," she said. "Open your mind." I took her hands. Instantly our thoughts intertwined. Not just memories but selves. I felt her fear, her guilt, her centuries of loneliness. She felt my humanity, my fragile courage, my yearning to matter in the vast emptiness of space. The heart pulsed violently, as if resisting, but then something changed. Slowed. Its glow dimmed. I saw visions, the collapse of stars, the birth of new worlds, the endless cycle of life repeating itself. And at the center of it all her, Serenya.